NASA scientists who repaired a spacecraft from 15 billion miles away.
NASA says that Voyager 1 has become the first man-made object to reach interstellar space.
Just 8 minutes ago, Voyager sent a terrifying message from deep space, a message that made scientists freeze in shock. Something was wrong, something they never expected. And now, the world is holding its breath. For nearly 50 years, Voyager has drifted beyond our solar system, sending back discoveries that changed everything we knew about space. Tune in for the next transmission, a message from the unknown. Back in the early 2010s, something odd happened. A space probe called IBEX noticed a strange dimming of energy particles on the side facing the sun. That was already pretty weird, but when experts checked the data again, they realized things did not add up. The heliopause, the invisible border where the sun's influence stops, was not acting how it was supposed to. Models said one thing, but space was doing another. The edge of our solar system wasn't just shifting, it was breathing. Then came the real kicker. Voyager started showing changes in the heliopause that made zero sense. 2 Voyagers had gone through interstellar space, one in 2012, the other in 2018, but their data did not match up. Scientists were scratching their heads. Was the boundary shifting? If so, why? There was no simple answer, and every possible explanation led to more questions rather than solutions. To solve this mystery, NASA planned to launch a fancy new probe in 2025. It would map out space better than ever before. But Voyager was not done dropping surprises. Just when things seemed to be following some kind of pattern, a new anomaly appeared. Something that no one had predicted, and something that raised the stakes for understanding deep space exploration. It was no longer just about cosmic maps. It was about finding out if humanity truly understood what lay beyond the protective layers of the sun's influence. In May 2023, something totally unexpected happened. Voyager 1's system in charge of keeping it running smoothly, AACS for short, started acting up. Instead of sending back its usual health updates, it spat out a mess of nonsense. It was like the spacecraft had suddenly forgotten how to talk. The weirdest part, even though the data was all jumbled, everything else seemed fine. The signal was clear. The spacecraft was still pointing at Earth. The science instruments were still working. It was like a robot suddenly speaking gibberish, but still walking around and doing its job perfectly. NASA took this very seriously. They called an emergency meeting to figure out what had gone wrong. Nothing made sense. Why would AACS start using a computer that had been shut down for over 3 years? And even stranger, the fail-safe system that was supposed to put Voyager into a safe mode did not even activate. It was like the spacecraft was ignoring its own rules. The problem was unlike anything encountered before. For decades, Voyager had sent back steady signals. The slow aging of its systems was expected, and small hiccups here and there had been addressed. But this was an entirely different situation. A spacecraft with nearly 50 years of deep space experience had suddenly begun acting as if it had received instructions from an unknown source. There was no apparent cause, no event that could have triggered the sudden malfunction, and no reasonable way to predict if it would happen again. Luckily, NASA engineers found the problem. They sent a command telling Voyager to switch back to the right computer, and just like that, the gibberish stopped. Crisis avoided, at least for now. But the real question remained: why did this happen in the first place? The best guess? Voyager 1 might have received a messed up command from another computer on board. NASA said it was not a huge threat, but when a 46-year-old spacecraft suddenly starts behaving weirdly with no explanation, that is not something to be ignored. Scientists knew that this could not be brushed off as a simple glitch because deep space is full of unknowns, and every unexpected event could mean a much larger underlying mystery waiting to be uncovered. Voyager is way past the safe bubble of the sun's magnetic field now. It is out in the deep unknown, where high-energy cosmic rays slam into it non-stop. Maybe one of these rays messed up the system. Maybe the ancient electronics are just wearing out. Or maybe, just maybe, something out there does not want Voyager sending back what it is seeing. Susan Dodd, the person in charge of the Voyager mission, admitted that this spacecraft has already lasted way longer than anyone thought possible. It has defied the odds, ventured further than anything else, and kept working when all logic said it should not.
What led the AACS to change systems in the first place? They believe Voyager 1 may have received an inappropriate command from another onboard computer. NASA says that it is not a serious threat, yet finding and correcting the root is important to prevent future obscurities. This event presents a microcosm of Voyager's obstacles in its interstellar voyage. It's not protected anymore by the sun's magnetic field and is suddenly exposed to a far more hostile radiation environment than ever. Like cosmic rays, which can disrupt computer chips on Earth, these high-energy particles can create errors that accumulate over time and may affect Voyager's onboard systems. Susan Dodd, who has been the project manager for both Voyagers, said that the mysteries surrounding this spacecraft are on par with the stage of its mission. These old spacecraft have far exceeded their expected lifespan, doing everything they could and going where no one had before. Voyager 1 groundbreaking discoveries. Voyager 1 also amazed scientists by making a peculiar discovery, a faint humming sound coming from the near-empty expanse of interstellar space. It's a peculiar sound, connected to the slightest whiff of gas and a tantalizing teaser from the unexplored unknown. Scientists are compiling a better idea of our sun and its relation to the immense ocean of space by adding Voyager data to other missions. Since the launch of the Voyager missions nearly half a century ago, they have been humanity's faithful explorers, using their eyes and ears to peer far into the depths of the cosmic wilderness, to learn about the sun's influence on the whole solar system. Nicola Fox, director of NASA's Heliophysics Division, aptly described their impact. The Voyagers have collected basic information about the sun and its effects on the solar system that none of the other spacecraft can. Powered by plutonium-fueled generators, these groundbreaking probes have traveled the relentless path of time. That is a unique challenge, as the plutonium decays and so the output of energy diminishes. To conserve power, NASA engineers have gradually shut down non-essential systems in a mannered fashion. Once required, heaters for instruments were later considered expendable, even though they helped instruments survive in the frigid depths of space. Surprisingly, all 5 instruments aboard both Voyagers continue to perform their intended functions, despite working in temperatures leagues below what they were designed for, leaving scientists in wonder as the heater was turned off in 2019. Their journey has radically altered our conception of the sun's domain in the solar system. The heliopause lies at the outermost limit, where the sun's domain becomes the interstellar medium's emptiness. It was once conceived as a convenient, smooth, and static shield. But then there's the Voyager's and NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer spacecraft data, which paints a very different picture. So it seems that the heliopause is anything but peaceful. It shifts and changes shape, even giving rise to unexpected angels, while its frontier is more fluid than ever. Since its discovery, heliopause has been the object of scientists' attention. But like a cunning astronomical chameleon, it is not willing to be pinned down. Its appearance and characteristics vary with the seasons and even with the clouds. Its independent, active existence defies our definition of nature. Only 2 intrepid explorers, the Voyager spacecraft, have given humanity a first-hand look at this cosmic border and points in space and time. But as Eric Zernstein, a space physicist at Princeton University, rightly says, IBEX fills in a part of that data, broadening the picture through its observations of energetic neutral atoms, which arise from the interaction between the solar winds and the interstellar medium. With this combined information, scientists are trying to develop models to describe the ever-changing shape of the heliopause. They imagine a cosmic tug of war, where the solar wind and the interstellar medium pull and push, forming the shape of this heavenly membrane in a perpetual ballet of forces. However, in recent observations, sand has been thrown into the gears of these theoretical models. Birth of the Voyagers. Our Earth may be a paradise, a splendor arrayed in color and beauty. But in the vast panorama of the universe, it is nothing more than dust, a pinprick in the tapestry of the heavens. But since the dawn of the space age, when rockets first broke through the veil of our atmosphere, we have been dreaming of solving the riddles that lay beyond. Voyager is indeed the vanguard of this quest, with its untiring exploration and the invaluable data delivered. And yet, the Voyagers have also quietly conveyed a chilling message. It is a message that threatens to revise our understanding of our place in the cosmos. Their design, the result of a coincidental planetary alignment, was never meant to be for a long voyage to the stars, only a quick look at the end of the road. This accidental symmetry was the brainchild of Michael Minovich. He pictured a spaceship flying through space on a slingshot, accelerated under its power by the tide of cosmic forces into the black abyss. That bold idea, inspired by a moment of pure genius, is the source of our two Voyagers, forever changing the course of space exploration. While the Voyagers journey alone through the interstellar void, their messages are charged with a new sense of urgency. What was once a source of wonder and awe, the data they transmit gives us a look into a universe far more complicated and capable of crisis than we ever imagined. Their adventure is far from over. Powered by the sun's weak rays and hurled onward by the momentum of their outrageous venture, the Voyagers hurry toward the frontier. And as we listen to their fading whispers, we are left to ponder the profound questions they raise. But what waits outside our solar system? What are the secrets of the universe? So above all, are we alone in this endless and savage universe? Life expectancy. In 1977, humanity made a bold gamble into the dark unknown. What we launched into space would change our comprehension of the cosmos. Two brave spacecraft took to the skies, their hulls emblazoned with the dreams of a curious race seeking to understand the outer solar system. The Voyager's journey was originally envisioned as a 5-year mission, but quickly outgrew its terrestrial boundaries. Charged with investigating gas giants Jupiter and Saturn, they exceeded these first objectives and took on a grand tour, venturing further into the unknown wilderness than any human-made craft had done before them. In 1986, Voyager 2 gave us a good look at Uranus, a sidewise tilted world in perpetual twilight. It pulled the secrets of Neptune, a giant shrouded in azure and buffeted by storms, from the veil 3 years later. The Voyager Grand Tour, the result of these flyby voyages, showed with breathtaking detail scenes of unseen worlds as vivid as photographs, as if landscapes shaped by celestial storms or ringed wonders were exquisitely balanced in the glittering splendor of the sun's ethereal light. However, the Voyager's mission was far greater than mere observation. They reached the heart of our solar system, measuring the solar wind and the electric tendrils that reach out like spidery arms to embrace the planets in a space gyroscope. These lines mapped the limits of the sun's embrace, from which would emerge the heliosphere, the protective bubble that keeps the interstellar void at bay. However, they heard a chilling whisper on the verge of this cosmic frontier. It was a barely audible hum of interstellar plasma, the voice of something unknown that lies beyond. When Voyager 1 crossed the boundary into interstellar space in 2013, the world watched with bated breath. A term meaning between the stars is the edge of the world where the sun's steady flow of particles and magnetic fields shrivel up and disappear. To the astronaut, this is the edge of known space. Here, the sun's force dies out, leaving the spacecraft to explore the uncharted expanse of the cosmos. 5 years later, Voyager 2 went the same route, flying into this interstellar jungle 17.7 billion kilometers from the sun. Imagine a giant, bubble-like thicket woven into shape by the sun's awful exhalations, the solar wind, an unending torrent of charged particles blasting outward ceaselessly. This ghostly bubble, the heliosphere, warms our solar system by blocking the cold winds of the interstellar environment. However, where does the bubble end, and where does the real interstellar void begin? This is where the Voyagers become key actors. Because their track is difficult to see, the Voyagers have traveled beyond the heliopause, the imaginary line between the sun's sphere of influence and interstellar space. There, the solar wind's grasp begins to weaken. The grasp of any other star is the next order of business. Their observations present a fascinating picture of interstellar space, a medium very different from the haven of the heliosphere. Here, cosmic rays, energetic particles from beyond our solar system, fall on the Voyagers like rain, with nearly 3 times the intensity they experienced within the heliosphere. And here is another shocking reality. Voyager 1 might not get to witness the beauty of habitable planets as its coursing is limited, but you can feel firsthand what it feels like to be on a planet like Proxima b with our brand new JWST Special Edition phone cases, which are on sale for the new year right at this moment. Discover them right now by clicking on your screen or checking the first link in the description. What are your guesses as to what Voyager may find next? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode.